want to talk it over with me before you speak to her?
A notebook.
Depends on how well received by the critics this exhibition is.
You're probably right.
Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome back to more Memento Mori. Last time we played, Max here continued his investigation after taking a little bit of a cold dip in the water at the Hermitage. And we need to come up with a more reasonable explanation for what's going on. However, according to these photographs that were taken that day, or at least that night or at some point that day, it looks like the guard might have been in on this whole mess, which doesn't exactly bode well for us. So we gotta go find this fucker and figure out what the hell's going on. Anyways, apparently this guy probably has a sick kid. So I guess we gotta go look into that shit. So you can see here, Makarov's has opened now, so let's head there. Oh, well, I guess we'll talk to the drunk.
Listen, I'd just like to ask...
Where did we get ourselves? That's my question. Oh, they've got expensive cars and clothes, but people should be important to them. That's civilization. The modern age.
I'm not quite sure I know what you're talking about.
I am saying that we no longer listen to each other. I know all the people around here. I know what they like, what dreams they have, yes, their troubles. And that's because I am interested. I am not robot in designer clothes.
Well, I'd better go now.
Grigor, policeman from house over there, abandoned by his wife. Bartender from club. She's rough, but she has her troubles too. The girl, being ill, from the third floor would love to have a pet. And do you think they will buy it for her? Semyonov from the ground floor. He hasn't received his paycheck for 3 months. I know everything. That's because I'm interested in people. Perhaps I don't wear expensive clothes, but I like people.
That's really, really good of you. I'm sure we'll chat again later.
Well, as nonsensical as that shit probably seemed, it was kinda necessary. Because we learned something today. About a girl who wants a pet. Looking back on my time with this game, I'm really surprised I ever actually got through this, even remotely blind. Because there's so much of this game that's like, how would anybody ever figure this shit out? I guess I'll go to the door.
Hello? Dad is at the museum and Granny has gone shopping. It's boring being home all alone, not even having a pet to play with.
Hi, I'm Max. What's your name?
Tanya. But I mustn't speak with strangers.
I'd just like to talk about your daddy. Tanya, are you there?
Huh. Well, good girl. She knows how to talk to strangers. Can't really fault her for that.
Vodka, the Russian demon.
Alright, what's this?
I think there's some thinner there.
Oh, guess we got some paint thinner. Alright, well, I guess we'll leave. You see, there's so much of this game where I'm just like, man, I get it, it's a point-and-click adventure, but Jesus Christ, game. Sometimes I really do wonder how this game gets away with it. Further into housing estate? Huh, what's this?
Graffiti. Someone tried really hard to let everyone know who the boss is here. Interesting graffiti. This kind of thing does fascinate me. If it's not sprayed on a house that's 300 years old, of course.
Huh. I mean, We do have this paint thinner. I guess we'll mix it with
See?
this.
The thinner dissolved the paint blocking the nozzle. I think the spray can should work now.
So, you would never, like, I don't know why I would think to do this, because apparently you're supposed to use the paint can on this. I just don't understand the motivation for doing this unless the game hinted at it to you. But so far, the game hasn't. So, I guess I'll do it. So,
Good. Now my tag is on top. Maxus eras hic fuit. I was here, Max. Someone will be very annoyed now.
alright, let's go. Guess we'll go into the club. Fuck it. I'm actually now more curious who came up with the music for this bit. Did they actually, like, find someone to do some, like, generic rock music and, like, perform for this game? Because if so, that's pretty impressive. Like, I'm not even mad at them at this point.
Out of here, we're closed.
I see quite a lot of people are here after closing time.
Look, I haven't had a break for 20 hours, so leave me alone, will you? Without Victor, this shift is a real pisser. Victor would have thrown those pricks out long ago. Didn't you hear? Go home, we're closed.
Come on, Nada, give me another vodka. Don't spoil the fun, huh?
Just kiss my ass and get out. You still here? Great. The place full of idiots, and now we have a deaf one as well.
Hey, what's with the attitude? What if I helped you?
I don't want to belittle your masculinity, but take a look around. You better go before you get hurt. I'll sort it out here myself.
I didn't mean violence. Persuasion is more my line.
I don't know where you come from, but this is Russia. So just go away. Victor will be here in a minute, and he'll handle these clowns. You still here?
I try questioningly then.
You could just switch off the music and the lights.
And then there would be a riot. They've been drinking since yesterday, especially the one with the crazy hair. He spray paints the whole area, like he's marking his territory.
The graffiti at the entrance is his work?
Yeah, his bloody signature. And he drags that smelly animal everywhere. He could at least clean out its box. It stinks like a monkey house here. Did you hear that? Go to hell with your stupid iguana. Why should we put up this stink?
Don't get so upset, Nada. Just pour me another one. Iggy and me have a terrible thirst.
Maybe I could help.
Forget it. Victor is the only person who can handle this. Damn it, where the hell is he?
Well, I guess I'll go talk to him since I already took care of the thing.
What do you want? Do you know who I am? Did you see the graffiti outside? It means this is my turf. Get it? It's mine. And where the hell's the beer?
And who's going to pay? Pay and you'll get it.
Horrible business. And why are you staring like that? Why don't you give me a smoke?
I don't have any cigarettes, kid. But that graffiti outside, that's your work, isn't it?
What about it? Don't like it? I don't give a damn. It's real art and the likes of you just don't get it.
It's just that someone sprayed over it. People just won't leave anything alone these days.
What? Which bastard? He'll pay dearly for that.
Hey, where do you think you're going? Who's going to pay your bill? Great. Well, at least he's gone for now.
I'm still really interested in the fact that they most likely paid somebody to do the musical number for this one section of the game. That shit just will not, I just cannot let that shit go. Like, no matter how hard I try, that shit just drives me nuts. Alright, transport box. Are we really taking this dude's stuff?
Look, I'm taking away the club's pet.
Yeah, Give him a kiss from me. I'll really miss him.
Well, sounds like to me we've done it good. We pissed off a guy, and we also are taking his pet from him.
Luckily, the sprayer's gone. I don't know how I would explain taking his mascot away from the club.
Yeah, I don't understand why you think this is possibly a good idea. This seems like a terrible idea. Like, I understand the point of that segment because it serves a purpose, but that still seems like a really dick move. Oh well, I guess if it works, right? I mean, might as well. All right, let's talk to the girl. We have a pet for her at least, so this might not go too badly.
Tanya, I've got a present for you here. A pet.
Wow, a lizard. What's its name? Can I keep it?
Sure you can keep it. And you can give it any name you want to.
Daddy told me not to speak with strangers. They might take me on another trip, and that would make Daddy sad. But now that I know your name, you can't be a stranger, can you?
I know your daddy. What about your trip? Can you tell me about it?
2 men took me on a trip right after school. I spent 2 days on a farm. We went to the forest, fed the animals, and it was really good fun. Only I couldn't call Daddy because it was a secret trip, and if I called him, I would spoil the whole thing. But when they brought me back, Daddy was kind of sad, and he told me I had to be careful because they could have hurt me. But they were nice, and I don't think they would hurt anybody because they were so nice.
I see. Well, Daddy's right. You shouldn't go anywhere with strangers. Anyway, I'm off now.
Will you see Daddy?
Of course I'll talk to him.
Wait a minute. Then tell him to come soon. And give him Katya, so he won't feel sad.
Sure. I'll give her to him, along with the message.
So this girl was kidnapped? She was kidnapped. Like she doesn't seem like she was harmed. It just seems really weird. I don't know, man. That story just strikes me as really weird. But I don't know much about kidnapping. So if all they did was take her and took her to a farm or something, let her pet animals for a few days, I don't understand where the harm was there or what the intentions were. I assume she was kidnapped though. I assume.
Young man, would you mind fetching my cup of coffee? It'll be on the kitchen worktop.
Alright, her cup of coffee, right? The kitchen worktop?
No, there isn't anything else there.
Okay, so she said the kitchen worktop, but I don't see anything else here in the kitchen worth grabbing. Oh, that's because Andre's a dick and was covering the damn thing.
There's just some kitchenware in the cupboard.
Damn you, Andre. Hey, Andre, here's a great question. Why didn't she ask you to do it? Like, Andre, my dude, you've been here, right? I assume you weren't with me. I didn't see you. Where the fuck have you been, Andre? Have you been here the entire time? Because if that's the case, I got some questions. Like, if you've been here this entire time and she did not ask you to do this, that's going to lend credence to my theory. And, I mean, the game's going to tell me, but I want proof. And I don't know if the game's being real with me, so keep that in mind.
Thank you. It's nice to have a guest here. Laura doesn't visit me very often. She's probably very busy in France.
Uh-oh.
I've got mail. When I've got a minute, I should read it. Good thing that Lara's aunt still has an old PC.
You know, I've really been curious. So, they have these old-ass cell phones. So does that mean they have some data potential? Like, clearly he gets, like, email notifications, right? Like, he's able to get a notification on his phone whenever he has email. I'm just saying. Like, at that point, why don't you just read it on your phone? I had the same issue with, like, Doctor Who with Doctor Number 9, where, like, they could, like, pull up web video on their fucking Nokia. I always thought that shit was fucking goofy. Hunter's
This
tracks.
would definitely be interesting for Lara. I should write to her at once.
Okay, but after this, we're quits. I've heard about who you're working for now, so don't ever contact me again. As for the hypothetical paintings, if it's really precious, its buyer will want to have its authenticity confirmed. There's an ex-forger used by the wealthiest buyers. The only thing I know about him is that he uses a symbol of Pandora's box as his signature. Malvin. Oh. Okay. Well, I guess that's all we're going to get out of him, right? I mean, he's not going to talk to us. Alright, so apparently we got to write Lara. Nice. And with that, we've burned our only bridge left.
Ostankovich, what does he want this time?
Positively. He hasn't pissed me off today.
The guard. We have him here, locked up like he should be.
Have you got any more news?
Come to my office. Right now, we can discuss it here.
Are you joining me, Andre? Hey, Andre. Homie.
We're in a real fix.
Thanks for telling me. I almost missed that.
What will we do? And don't try sending me home. Together, we have a better chance. You get that, don't you?
I know. Perhaps I do sometimes treat you as a 10-year-old, but I'm really glad you're here.
Yeah, Andre. It's nice to have you here, even though I don't think you're actually here. But fair enough. All right. All right, Ostankovich, what you got for me? You got this dude locked up, apparently, so now I'm kind of interested.
Here you are. Good. I had the guard brought in, but there's a problem. I can't interrogate him.
You can't have him interrogated? Why not?
Isn't it obvious? Nobody in the department can find out about this. It would cause a scandal in the press if anything leaked. I can't just start asking the guard if he stole something, or why he damaged the painting, or who switched off the security device, or... So I just have to accept your theory then. That some damn monk stole valuable paintings from the museum right under our noses.
So just interrogate him yourself then. Do it alone. Nobody else needs to listen.
There are certain rules here in Russia. The most important being that all the interrogations must be recorded. If I was the sole interrogator and did not record it, questions would be asked. Before long, someone higher up would start poking their nose into the matter. Or the press. No, I can't do it. But there is one way around it.
What would that be? And why do I feel certain that I won't like the answer? And that it will have something to do with me?
Whatever passes between a legal representative and a suspect is privileged information and can't be recorded. Tell him you are his court-appointed attorney and find out what he knows.
Are you absolutely out of your fucking head? Like, are you actually retarded? Like, no, I'm sorry for using the word, but are you like actually brain dead? That's a terrible idea.
Me? An attorney? But that is just absurd. Why me?
Because I will have you tossed in jail if you don't. Listen to me, Max. You have my word. Once this is over, you can do what you want. Go where you please. Your file will be ancient history. But until then, you only have two options, and one of them will always be a prison cell. But right now, your only choice is whether you become a lawyer or start talking to one yourself. Well, what will it be?
Okay. Do I get a diploma?
Very funny. From now on, you'll have access to the guard anytime you want. I'll see to it. I don't care how you do it, but make him spill the beans. And since I don't trust you that much, I'll listen in to what you say in there. No technicians, no recordings, no stenographers. But remember, I'll be on the other side of the door. And I'll be all ears.
Cool. Oh, what, is he sending me a text message?
I've got mail. When I've got a minute, I should read it. Good thing that Lara's aunt still has an old PC.
Alright, well, we gotta get the guy talking, and I don't think he's gonna talk unless we give him something to talk about.
First, I should try to speak to him. Perhaps he'll be reasonable. I don't want to involve his daughter in it for now. I'd really like to avoid threats.
He's not gonna talk to us. You're not an attorney.
Good morning. I am your attorney.
You're the man who asked about the security cameras at the museum. Don't try to fool me.
Let's not beat about the bush here. I claim to be your lawyer so that this conversation doesn't have to be recorded. I need to know about that damaged painting and what exactly happened the night after. If you tell me what I need, I'll do everything I can to get you released.
I know nothing about it. I just went to the restroom and someone vandalized the painting while I was there.
We have evidence that you ruined it yourself.
What evidence is that? The camera recordings? Can you see anyone destroying the painting in them? Did you see me doing it?
No.
Then you can hardly blame me for anything, can you? Leave me alone. I want a lawyer, a real one. I've got to get back to my daughter.
I've something here that might interest you.
You monster! Don't touch her! Leave her alone! She's got nothing to do with it. Do you understand?
Calm down. I don't want to hurt her.
She's ill. She's very ill. She needs peace and quiet.
I've talked to her. They kidnapped her and blackmailed you, right?
They got her outside the school and took her out of the city. I was afraid I wouldn't see her again. You don't know what it's like.
What did they want from you?
They wanted me to damage that painting. They told me how to do it. They said no one would ever know if I did exactly what they told me. Once the transfer was complete, I took the CD and threw it away. The original recording was being overwritten at that moment, so it was useless. I told myself it was only a small price to pay to have Tanya back at home, alive and unharmed.
But that's not all of it, is it?
No. I called them right back, but they told me it wasn't over yet. They hid a small disc in the restroom for me to pick up. You know, the sort of disc you can use to store music and programs on. I put it in one of those big computers in the server room and ran a program that was on it. I have no idea what it did. Looked like nothing, to tell the truth.
I don't really understand it, but I think it contained a virus. And it turned off the security devices at a certain time.
But I didn't want to hurt anyone. I just wanted them to give Tanya back to me. She's ill, she needs the rest. Please look after her. You found her, so they can find her too.
Don't worry. I believe they won't come back for your daughter. They got from you what they wanted. Your daughter is safe. Trust me. I need to know some details so that we can catch these guys. Have you ever seen them with your own eyes?
Only one of them. When he brought Tanya back, he warned me not to talk to anyone about this stuff.
What did he look like?
It was strange. He wore robes, like some sort of monk, and he had a tattoo on his neck.
A tattooed monk? You really expect me to believe that?
It sounds strange, I know, but it's the truth.
Look, I won't lie to you. Things don't look good for you. If you want my help, give me more information. Something that I can use.
The next morning, the older one called me. They couldn't get everything they wanted done in the Hermitage. Someone was going to have to come back and finish the job. He wanted my help again.
But Ostankovich threw everyone out of the Hermitage that second night.
Yes, I told myself that was a good thing. There was no need for me to help them. That their man would be undisturbed. With no one there, he could do what he needed and would all be happy.
Well, finally something useful.
Alright, so he mentioned a tattoo, so let's...
I have a pencil and paper. Could you draw the tattoo?
And let me have a go. It looked like this, roughly.
Strange. It looks like some kind of writing. Something ancient, probably from the Near East. I don't understand it. I must call Lara to see if she can help me with it.
Well, that's all we could really get from Homeboy. Oh.
Lara isn't answering her phone. Just when I need to talk to her. Damn it. I hope she at least reads her emails.
Well, I guess at this point we don't have much,
Leave me alone. I don't have anything to say.
Fair enough. Say nothing then. I don't give a shit. I got what I needed. Anyways, back to Auntie's. We gotta go check our email. Now, as you guys remember, we did get an email from Laura about this whole thing. I'm pretty sure we have to write her another email. Thanks. Max, I tried running a search of the database, but unfortunately I haven't found anyone with that code name. I'll let you know when I get somewhere. Talk to you later, Laura. Alright, write a message. Laura. Hey! Fantastic.
Sorry, Max. I don't have computer access at the moment. I've just got an email notification. Do you need something important?
Could you please help me with a problem I have here? I've got an interesting clue, but I don't know who to turn to.
A clue? What clue?
I need to find out the meaning of certain symbols. Quite peculiar symbols.
You're in luck. Not far from Moscow Station, there's a private library. It's right on Zagorodny Prospect. Try talking to the librarian. You shouldn't have a problem if you tell him I sent you.
Great. I knew you'd come up with something.
I'm sorry, my taxi's here. Got to go. Bye for now.
Well, I guess we know what we're doing next time, everybody. We're going to the library.
How about a short walk?
Great. It's time you showed me where to get genuine Russian vodka.
Andrei, we've just sent that poor man to prison. We broke up a little girl's family. How can you think about booze at a time like this?
All the more reason to think about it.
Well, I don't plan on a drinking spree. We're going to a library.
I suppose it beats sitting on my ass at Auntie's place watching Russian television? But we must go out in the evening, promise me that.
All right, if that's what it takes.
Great. Let's get this library business over with. Who's your favorite Russian author, Dostoevsky or Tolstoy? Or do you prefer Gorky?
Andrei, shut up.
What's it like to turn your
Damn
back
it.
on all responsibility, on everybody else, and just look out for number one? Just be careful not to end up like your victims. Remember, you are just one short step away from being behind bars yourself.